Oh, yes.
Yeah, very pumped for this one. Hey.
Damn it, didn't come off. I was going to laugh it off. Son of a beastie.
There's one thing. You built to it for so long.
Yeah, I thought I had it, but your damn hat was too tight. Also, it's because you've got these cropped brims, so there's no leverage.
Hey, people, I just released these new hats. Look at it. It's cool. Oh, don't look at my hair. It's horrendous. But I just released these hats. Johnny, move your head. That's
you're doing the thing.
Yeah, the new release from Furor. We've done a camo and a black. Johnny just learned how to do influencer stuff recently.
Oh yeah, so
we've got some work because our faces are in it. You dum dum.
Get your face out of it. We got some. If you're coming out to the Imminence shows, we got little sticker packs that you can. Oh, it's not going to focus. God damn it! They're stupid fucking shit.
And that's why you're not an influencer. Anyway, I've got hats. If you want to get them, outfuro.com. We're checking out the brand new track from Newfound Glory, Laugh It Up. Do you know what?
Aggressive?
I'm going to get aggressive here because I've just remembered. I just had a memory come flooding back to me when I read that out loud.
Yeah.
iTunes could not figure out if it was a Newfound Glory or Newfound Glory. And every album I had would put itself under a different thing. And you go through your iPod back in the day and it would be a Newfound Glory, a Newfound Glory. All capital something else. Every album was different.
Really?
Now it's just saying Newfound Glory. I think that's what it should be. But
okay, because I was wondering the same thing, because that brought back a memory. And I was wondering if maybe it was just like when they first started, it was a Newfound Glory.
I think it was. And I think they decided to get rid of the A, and that makes sense. But
although, I mean, look, in terms of music cataloguing, it's not a good idea because now they're like the 18th letter in the alphabet when they were the first letter. You know what I mean? Like
that is true, yeah. No, I don't. Maybe that was the case. That's another thing. I don't remember if that happened. Whether it was at the very start with a Newfound Glory and then it was in the ends for the Newfound Glory.
Let us know if you're a fan of the band and you know the answer to this little...
Or if you're as old as us and you have any recollections of that. Newfound back with a brand new single. I'm pumped for this one. We're also seeing them very soon here in Australia for Good Things Festival. Can't wait!
Excited for that. Make sure you get your tickets. All of them are over 80% sold, so I would hurry up. You do not want to miss that lineup. It's going to be a fun
Want a candy?
one. I would love one. What do we got here?
I don't know.
Ooh,
it was under my hat. I don't know how it's been there.
This little gecko-y lizard thing. A slizzard lizard. Oh, quite sour.
In a headline raising eyebrows across the music industry, beloved pop-punk band Newfound Glory has reportedly replaced longtime frontman Jordan Pundik with what they're calling a state-of-the-art artificial intelligence. That's right, the band has unveiled an AI version of Jordan, leaving some fans wondering, can a computer stage dive? Only time will tell. We'll continue to report on this situation as this bold experiment between rock and robotics unfolds.
It's a bit of a different vibe.
Yeah, it is. That's Newfound Glory.
Yeah. It's a cool little riff.
It's a different style of riff, though. It's a much more Rise Against-y riff.
Yeah, I was going to say, it reminds me of Rise Against and Body Jar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a very Rise Against riff.
That was what
that
was
lead
my
riff,
first
yeah.
thought on that one. But then Jordan's vocals are the seminal pop punk frontman vocals.
That's a good point, because if you put Tim McIlrath on this, it could be a Rise Against song.
Yeah, even like the vocal melodies and stuff,
Yeah.
his voice would sound a lot more like that.
This is cool, and I do like that they've done a music video based around this, and we'll talk about obviously the AI thing at the end. So if you've got opinions and thoughts on that, stick around, because it's a very interesting topic, especially in the music world. It's very interesting. Anyway, do you want to continue?
Okay. Ooh, I like that Get Up Kid sticker.
And there's a book that I read all about self-help. It tells me it's good to be alone sometimes, but can its pages teach me what I can learn from your life? Wish you were patient in hearing me out. I don't make it easy, I can tell. I reached my point, then I say things backwards. Tried to laugh 'cause you're mad as hell. Even with my voice is so loud, we can't hear each other talk. No matter if it's real or ridiculous, we'll always laugh it off. Do you think the neighbors hear us? Do you think they called the cops? By the time they reached our front porch, we already laughed it off.
Ooh, nice banding there.
Eat you alive, 'cause in time they'll lead you to be. And when I look back now, I can see all my mistakes. Let me closer and closer to you. Things I can't change. Let me closer and closer to you. Even with the voices so loud, we can't hear each other talk. No matter if it's real or ridiculous, we'll always laugh it off. Do you think the neighbors hear us? Do you think they call the cops?
This music video is so fun.
Yeah. Such a cool concept.
They have not lost what made them them. The humour, the tongue-in-cheek. Oh, they took the real one back.
Development. What started as a harmless experiment by Newfound Glory to replace their lead singer with an AI version of himself has gone completely off the rails. The artificial Jordan was reportedly aggressive and unmanageable,
That looks like
leading
Wes
the band
Borland.
to take drastic measures to shut him down. While the group claims that everything is completely under control, reports are still out that there is chaos in the streets. We will continue to monitor this situation and report as we get updates. Stay with us.
That's a cool concept for a music
Very
video.
good, very fun. It does kind of look like Wes Borland, actually.
Yeah, I want to see if there's anything about who's in it.
Starring.
Doesn't say.
Guess not. Anyway. Yeah, that was great. They're the kings of pop punk. They really are. And look, I know that arguably Blink-182 are the kings of pop punk. But
182.
Yeah,
cool,
but
sure.
I feel like they're kind of in a little bit of a different realm as well. When I think about, what pop punk is now, I know it's not necessarily correct, but I feel like Newfound Glory are more of an influence on where pop punk is now, if that makes sense. Because Blink went through quite a few different things. And I know Newfounders have as well. But I think what I'm trying to say is I hear more of modern pop punk. I hear more of Newfound Glory in modern pop punk than I do Blink-182.
Yes, because they're a quintessentially pop punk band.
Yeah.
Blink were are an interesting one because they didn't have one sound. Newfound have a sound that they've like changed and grown and sort of switched around over the years, but it's still at this core been them.
Yeah.
Also having
yeah.
one single vocalist. Having
Right, yeah.
Blink have the dual
Yeah.
vocals means you get like there's no one song that sounds exactly the same
And
as
look,
the other.
I would say an iconic vocalist like Jordan, but I mean, Blink have that as well, especially with Tom.
Have you ever seen? I don't know what I think it was like the Urethra Chronicles or something, where the Blink documentary. It was like the second documentary they did, and Newfound were supporting them, and Mark went out stage and played. And there's a scene where like they're talking about it, and Tom comes up and like, "Hey, who am I? Some girls are crazy. Who the fuck am I, Mark?" And I was like, "Wow, that's a really good Jordan impression." You can fucking keep him. We don't want him anymore.
Yeah, look, that was great. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, the Kings of Pop Punk, they have been a staple in that scene for so long, and they're still just dropping absolute bangers.
Yeah, that
Really catchy.
and
really
that
fun.
100%. The last one we checked out from them, I really liked that too.
Yeah,
so
for
I'm
sure.
really excited for whatever there's an upcoming album coming, I believe.
I hope so.
Listen Up, that's the album. It's
There you go.
coming. It's available for pre-order now. Do you know that Dan from 40 Strong's been playing guitar while Chad's been off? He's been their touring guitarist.
I did see something about that, actually. Yeah.
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 I
That's
hope
cool.
I hope Chad's well enough to come out to Oz for good things, but also if Dan's here, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, it's great.
What did you guys think of Laugh It Off? What did you think about Johnny not being able to get the hat off my head? Did you like that as much as I did?
What do you guys think about AI in music? Now,
you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I will give an example. It has been a big thing at the moment. Most notably for me and my circle, and I'm sure you as well, Lucas from Holding Absence recently uncovered an artificial intelligence band on Spotify who openly admit that Holding Absence and Dayseeker were the inspiration for this. And his thing is...
Has he talked about this publicly? Because that was in his close friends.
He has, yeah, he has.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure. No, I think he has.
Cool. I just want to make sure you're not talking about a thing that
yeah.
you shouldn't be talking about because he did put that in his close friends story to start with.
Yeah. Well, look, the thing is, without, I won't get obviously giving the information of what he shared, but it kind of went really viral, and I gotta say, like, it's a fucking touchy one, man, and it's a scary one, because if you've got essentially someone that can write into an artificial intelligence engine, I want a band to be modeled off this, and this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got their entire work to go off.
Mm-hmm.
It reads it, it ingests it, it understands it, and it creates specifically from that. I think there's got to be something put into place where that can't happen. Look, it's something that's here to stay, but I really think that, especially with companies like Spotify that are paying bands fucking nothing as it is for streams and making billions and billions of dollars in profit. And I get it. Yes, if your band gets on playlists, it's great. It's good exposure. Artist radio can be good exposure. But there are too many artists out there to rely on that when you have artificial intelligence acts that some of them even, is it the Midnight Suns, or there's some fucking indie rock band as well at the moment, and they're getting millions of streams. They're getting added to playlists, and people picked up on it because AI still has trouble with hands. So when they put photos of them and live photos, people are like, that's not how a human hand looks.
It's got 11 fingers.
Yeah. Or like the hand, and it happened with, that's how the thing with Iceman Kills. The fingers were around the wrong way. The thumb was down the bottom or something like that, because apparently AI struggles with hands. I don't think that somebody should be able to use artificial intelligence to create music that has been written and modeled off specific artists that they've spent hours and hours and hours learning to play their instruments and perfecting their craft, touring and working their asses off and writing music together, for essentially a fucking computer to be able to just create what they've done. And the thing is, it's kind of cheating, because the cool thing about AI is if you want to go and you want to find information about something, it can learn from all the information that's out there in the world and it can give you an answer based on what is already out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. I feel like we get to a point where you could use that in politics and things to be like, with this policy, there's these issues. Let's be transparent and tell people that there's going to be issues with this, taking all the data and all that sort of stuff. Besides the point, I just don't think it's very fair. And I really think that companies like Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube should put their foot down and say, number one, you have to be completely transparent if it's an AI act. Number two, you should not be able to make money off it. You should not be able to make royalties off it because I just think that that's, and I know that people are still going to go for
go?
They go to whoever created it. Someone had to create it.
I'm saying that if they're not getting paid, where do the views? What's the point of people creating the AI thing if they're not going to make money off? Because they can't play live shows, they can't do that. Where's that revenue going to go?
Don't let them. If it's an AI act, it shouldn't be able to generate an income. Because I just don't think that's fair.
So you think just like that means Spotify is getting more hours put into, like, say Spotify, for example, if they're losing millions and millions of plays, it's just more and more money that Spotify's adding up. The money's not going to artists either.
Exactly, and it's
I'm saying that's Spotify getting more revenue because their people are still listening to the music and they're still getting the plays on their platform. If the money's not going to AI artists,
if artificial artists are generating streams and income for Spotify, then maybe that should be divvied out and given to the fucking bands, to real artists, to real bands,
Yeah. I think what you said is, I'm not saying that they deserve to be paid. It was more a question of being like, if they're not getting paid, where's that money going? Because these conglomerates, these corporations are still profiting off it in a massive way. And I agree, there needs to be something put in place. That's what that whole strike situation in Hollywood was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Was because they were like, we don't want to have our art, our likeness, our techniques taken and just given to these AI platforms for then the companies to make money off. Because that's what the studios are doing. I think you need to have the same thing here with Spotify and with
there has to be some kind of
there needs some precedent for
boundaries put in place or something, because I just look, and it might be like, fucking cry me a river, Johnny, but I just think it's unfair, I just don't think it offers any future or sustainability to something that we love so much. And look, we've had people whinge and bitch that we've used ChatGPT or whatever to create a fucking thumbnail once in a while because we want something dumb. We're not talking about that. We're not making money off a thumbnail. We're not taking art away from an artist with a thumbnail because we do this ourselves. We don't pay anyone to do anything. But like when it's like, think of an AI band getting 3 times the streams in none of the time that, say, Holding Absence are getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, they've essentially used what we've created. And yes, like Holding Absence and all these other bands, like every band has influences, right? But when you're influenced by a band as an artist, and trust me, like if I'm influenced by something and I write a riff that's come as an influence from another band, I'm like, right, I've taken the inspiration from that. Now, how do I make it sound different? Because I don't want to rip that band off.
Because you don't want people to say, you ripped this band off.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is a hard one because if they're making that much more, that's where it's also difficult. If they're making that much more or they're getting that much more plays, they're obviously doing something that the other bands aren't. There's a reason they're getting plays. Is it being pushed? Is it being pushed to listeners? Well, no, because it's still why would they push something that they have to pay the same amounts as other people? It doesn't matter where Spotify doesn't care about the artists. They care about the streams. So they're not. They'll push people who are paying for it. But like,
I'd really love to know more about how that all works because, yeah, it's just crazy to me. Like how are they getting so many more, followers and views and plays?
Not all, no. There are select ones, and that's exactly
for sure.
You see those ones more nuts. But I'm sure there's others out there that have no streams. There is some sort of accountability on there. There was a guy that used AI software for that same thing. He used some sort of algorithm. He created like some sort of playlist or things and figured out a way of getting his songs put on playlists. And they were like, I don't know what the length of the song was, but they were like very easily digestible songs. And over like a 2-year period, he made like $1.5 million in this. But then they found out about it. There are some things in place, and I do think that will happen more and more as this becomes more prevalent. It's right now, it's all unknown, and so there isn't really an answer for it yet because it's only just started to happen.
Because it's quite new, yeah. But hopefully the damage isn't done before they can actually, do something about it and make it a fair and also lucrative, tool for everyone to use, because I do think that AI has a lot of great qualities. It's, I don't think it's like the evil that certain people make it out to be. But I definitely think in the world of art that comes from learnt skills and experience and emotion and talent and learning how to express yourself in a way that, you're happy with and is going to resonate with other people is definitely a really, really incredible skill. When someone writes a movie script or a TV show and you fall in love with characters and you feel what they're feeling, it's such a cool thing. And I would hate for artificial intelligence to be a cheap way of sort of creating that for people, because at the end of the day, I don't know, like I'd kind of feel cheapened if I was...
You are cheap.
I am.
And nasty.
In saying that, buy some merch, put some money in the PayPal for us. Would appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.